you, sometimes you just got to listen. There's a child in every home and every community. They will grow up to be symbols of unity. They'll be colorblind to race and ethnicity. That's the vision of a leader like President Irfan Ali. I'm talking about the one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. For too long we've been fighting one another. It's race against race, but in the end the country suffer. Oh, we were born here, not in India nor Africa. But if we can't get along, the foreigners gon' eat we suffer. We must put an end to racism. Let it end now with this generation. Together we'll develop this nation. Make Guyana the gem of the Caribbean. Don't listen to them wicked politicians who will divide us to win an election. Believe it or not, Guyanese no smarter than that. Yeah, I told you, it's your boy Padmore. Unity is the key. We are all one and we should be treated as one. Our ancestors were slaves and laborers, but the life they endured made it better for us. We honor their sacrifice and the freedom they bought for we. But some descendants of slaves use that to fuel the rich. It doesn't matter what's your skin color, when we bleed blood it's red the same. Let's respect and love one another. When a brother cry we must feel the pain. We're Portuguese, African and Indian. We're Chinese mixed up, we're Amerindians. We're all Guyanese. Let's end this segregation. I'm appealing to Guyanese in the diaspora. We welcome you home. We've got a lot to offer. It's not the same place that you run away from. Come see the paradise Guyana has now become. I'm talking about the one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. It's a message I just want you to understand. Stop and think for a minute. Really think for a minute. If we can't fix the present, then we should work on the future. This is Quincy Anderson. You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I... This...
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains,
From the islands, from the east to the west side, that's my land. The secret was my home. So that's my home. So when we been a suffer, nobody not been a fight for we. Now everybody want a piece, so we started reach the sin and where before them bring exam to find a hell for we. We know how that full up their minds, you see. And how that make them a rival way. Me just wish them could have seen all of the years they been a suffer like that. Me say forever, forever and ever. A secret was my own. A secret was my own. From the islands and rivers and mountains surrounding, the love in my heart is resounding. I'm loving Guyana, my country, but the secret boy is forever my home. Remember childhood days, the by the riverside and laugh and play. The black water when I learned to swim back then, still living in my memories. Always try live good with neighbors. From them cry we have for assistance. And when we didn't have much, everybody liked us. That's why we don't believe that. When we see it on the media, yo, them coulda tried claim peace of my land. When we never see none of them when struggle, me not go on. Yo, what kind of leader? Fight down poor people for land where them grow up on. Most generous people in the world. From anyone knock, we are open windows. But forever, forever and ever, a secret boy is my own. A secret boy is my own. Yeah. From the islands and rivers and mountains surrounding, the love in my heart is resounding. I'm loving Guyana, my country, but a secret boy is forever my own. Forever my own. A secret boy is my own. Secret boy is my own. Yeah. So forever, forever, forever. A secret boy is forever my own.
Another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face the fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, chatty with the heavy load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face the fears and fight no matter how long. Fight only finish for the weak ones. So when that occur, you watch how you respond. Dark face your fears, fight your demons. Can't be firm, we go to a jubilation. Is a heavy load, still a chatana. Have a legacy fi build, so me fi carry on. And the dark days pray fi go to the storm. Now give up none time, cause that's what we want. Solid, Johnny with the heavy load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be all, we have to hold on. Face your fears and fight no matter how long. Solid, Johnny with the heavy load. Don't panic, cause every day's another episode. And to be your fears and fight no matter how long.
Solid, me solid, just like a rock. Spiritually we fight a lot. They trap them, said ya cancel that. You just can't stop me, not try do that. Got to be careful of negligence. Move wise, use up your intelligence. Guard of honor like the presidents. Progress and its evidence. Me no care how much time they want turn me down. Say me woulda tumble down. Chant to me ancestors speak Congo drum. A so me know me have to overcome. Stand firm and a lean pan no one. You can set up your own program. Have the whole world a sing out a slogan. No time in a slow down. Plus,
Good morning to you, and welcome to another episode of Livewire. It is the 18th of March, 2025, and we're currently looking at a site visit that took place just about an hour ago. His Excellency doing an impromptu site visit to the new Demerara Harbor Bridge crossing that is currently under construction, making sure that everything is going right there, and making sure that the contractors deliver on what is required. Normal fashion for His Excellency, he has been visiting several projects across the country, and giving his expert outlook on those projects and ensuring that contractors deliver. So just giving you guys an update on what has been happening in relation to His Excellency. For today, he's already out since about, I think it was about 5:30 this morning at the Demerara Harbor Bridge crossing there, walking the span, the areas that I don't know the exact term they call them, but the spans that are down already, and talking with contractors, getting a first-hand update on the works that are going on at the new Demerara River crossing there. And as persons would know, this crossing will bring much ease to persons traversing from Region 3 to Region 4, and that stressful commute that persons have to deal with in the morning and in the afternoon. This will bring a major ease to that, with the addition of 2 extra lanes. So it will facilitate 2 lanes of traffic going and coming from Region 4 to Region 3 and from Region 3 to Region 4. This is a very transformative project, and as persons would know, at the completion of this project, the crossing at this bridge, at the Wisdom Mackenzie Bridge, once it's completed, all of those will become free, right? Putting thousands of dollars monthly back into the pockets of Guyanese, using these carriageways to cross these bridges, I should say, to cross to different sections and regions of Guyana, right? Morning to all the persons joining us across the diaspora. Morning to the persons joining us across the 10 administrative regions. Happy to have you here for yet another episode of Livewire. Special good morning to the persons in the comment section. Happy that you guys are here. A lot of you are here usually before the show even starts. YouTube usually creates a live stream that you can comment on and things like that before the show even starts. So it's very encouraging when I see all those persons there waiting for us to get started. Bawan Danraj, morning to you. Rahim Amarali, Vishnu Chintaman, morning to you. Ramnarayan Singh, good morning to you. Joan Abidjan joining us from Canada. Joseph Sattar, Riaz Ali, Lenny Lachman, D.A., morning to you. Ronald Martindale, Victor Banchini. Victor, yes. So when the police sees guns, just like cocaine, they destroy them after some time. Once the investigation is completed, the persons, whoever would have had them, they're incarcerated and whatnot. Yes, they do destroy those firearms. Paul Joseph, morning to you. Wazim Nabi, good morning to you. Ricky Udapal, morning to you. Nadi, Ganesh Bharat, Arnold Hanuman, morning to you. Chris, Mohammed Isaf, morning to you. Derek Drupal, who else we got here? Bibi Kalicharan, Datan Andalal, Ella Bagmati, good morning to you. Suknandan Bud, Mazo Inshan, morning to you. Gayatri Baldio, Alan Khan, Prasad Pati, Romain Harilal, morning to you. Omar Sharif joining us from NYC. Pam, morning to you. And Trevor, Balwant Ramroop, good morning to you. Jane from St. Martin, good morning. I haven't seen you commenting for a while. I hope all is well with you your sister, and everybody in the family over there. Philip Diabro, good morning to you. Corinne Declue, morning. Mike Bisram, morning to you and the family. Deshaun Abrams, morning to you and the family as well. Dale Henry, Leslie Mangal, Pushram Kishore, Teddy Nan Kishore, morning to you. Ronald Jones, big up yourself. Christopher Prasad, morning to you. Maureen Razio, good morning. Ramesh Prasad, good morning to you. Soma Bipat, Krishna Deodat. Shabi Raj Sogrim, morning to you. Rahim, morning. Loretta Young Cully, morning to you. Who else we got here? Leslie Mangal, morning. Arjun, morning to you. Sharita Ferguson, good morning. Alfonso, Don Alfonso, morning to you. Who else? Sunil Raghu, Bir K. Watson, Ion Bipat joining us from Barbados. Tara O'Brien, morning to you. Feroz Wahid joining us from NYC. Michael Danis, morning to you. Rajendra Singh, good morning, everybody. Faisal Ghani, morning to you. Lyndon Alfonso, morning to you. Shirley Singh, morning to you. Dial Sukram, my brother from Canal, morning to you. Who's overseas? Morning, Robert Ramp, everybody, morning. Annie Chan, Terence, everybody, morning. Gita Prasad, Nirmala Allen, Andrew Moss, Dioraj Nath, morning to you. Mukesh Vishnuda, John Guman, morning to you. Morning, everybody. Andy and Bucky, morning to the two y'all. So, I want to start positive. We started with positivity, right? So I wanted to share with you the government of Guyana. The government of Guyana has been working hard to introduce what we were supposed to get under the last administration in terms of green things. They have been introducing an energy mix in certain regions where there is the space to actually put down facilities, right? So just to give you an idea, this is the solar facility that is going down on the Niming in Region 2, just to give you a look at that. And as you can see, most of the solar panels are down. They're currently putting in other infrastructure in terms of buildings and that kind of thing. And this is somewhat of a replica of what was done in Bartica, Region 7. There's a solar farm just outside of the Agatash Dark Point area there that assists with generation of power, along with the gen sets that are in Bartica there as well. So this is going down on the Niming in Region 2. And I'm so happy to see that despite we have a push for the exploration of oil and gas in Guyana, there's also a push to implement, and there's also that cognizance of global warming and what fossil fuels will do to the environment. And we see that, Lloyd Lal, morning to you. Anita Williams, morning to you as well. We see that the government is ensuring that Guyana is not completely dependent on fossil fuel. And we see solar farms like this going down in regions across the country. So for those who don't know, there's a large solar farm in Region 9, that's in the Lethem area there, that assists with power generation along with the fossil fuel generators. As I just said before, a similar facility in Region 7 that does the same thing, works along with the generators there. And this one here is going down in Region 2. There's also one that is under construction or near completion in Leguan as well, to ensure that there is that energy mix and we are lowering our carbon footprint as a country. So again, this is the solar farm on the Niming Region 2 that is currently under construction, and this will augur well for Ormela Gusay is trouble. Look. Look at this guy. Look, y'all, trouble, boy, trouble. Anyway, back to cricket. So, since Ormela brought up Louisiana and things in that area, let's discuss it a little bit. So we've seen that Michelle on Washington has made it lucidly clear that she is not involved in any way, shape, or form in relation to representing Miss Melissa Ann Atwell, allegedly holder as well, right? So I am wondering who Starbrook News spoke to. Who Starbrook News spoke to that could have allowed them to say, this lady representing Melly Mel, this lady confirmed she representing Melly Mel. I'm telling you, nobody wants to touch this with a 10-foot pole. Y'all making joke. Who does say OFAC and it don't be something scary? Whether you're saying OFAC or you're saying the original version, you don't use that term in a good way. Once you hear OFAC around, nobody ain't want no piece of that. None whatsoever. You understand? None whatsoever. So what jumped out at me is the false legal representation claim. Now, as we see here, this attorney publicly denies representing Melissa Atwell in any criminal matter, contradicting the claims that she has legal support for her arrest. And I can't remember if this is the young lady, Miss Washington, that usually runs an ad on Mark Benchcock's show. There's an attorney that runs an ad on his show. I can't remember her name, and I didn't have the energy to go in and look at Mark Benchcock's program to see if it was really her. But as Mark said, OFAC don't play. And nobody wants to be associated with that kind of foolishness. You understand? Now, this misinformation in the media is something that we must talk about as well. Starbrook News is accused of publishing incorrect information regarding the legal representation, raising concerns about misleading narratives surrounding Melly Mel's case. So we had Gordon, and all of these persons are the people who the Guyana Press Association recognizes, and the people who Nigel Hughes and the AFC and the coalition government like to reference as credible sources, like the credible source. Now, what are we supposed to say about the credibility of the Starbrook News? They're supposed to be this independent media outfit that, always covers things in a balanced way, and they don't this and that. But look at this here. I hope this report is reprimanded. I hope the editor-in-chief is reprimanded, because where was the due diligence? Did he ask this reporter, did you speak with Miss Washington? Did Miss Washington confirm this? And if that reporter said yes, the Starbrook News needs to do something about that. Right? So we see Gordon Mosley in his post saying, oh, Melly Mel was called in to give evidence in relation to government corruption or complaints or something like that. And we've seen from several quarters that persons have made it clear that based on their assessment, looking at what's happening and their internal sources at these agencies, the government of Guyana had nothing to do with it. The president, vice president, ministers, nobody had nothing to do with that. Nobody had nothing to do with that. No, the attorney also speaks about potential impersonation issues. And she expresses concerns that somebody might falsely be using her name, which could indicate deception and manipulation as it relates to the Melly Mel situation. Right? So it could be that this Starbuck News supporter talked to probably like a Rickford Bork or somebody else who doesn't have the information or doesn't have all the information, and they just throw out a name because this is probably an attorney who they feel are sympathetic with opposition figures. So they probably felt, well, we could use her name and it will be a-okay. But Miss Washington is not having it. Miss Washington is not having it. No, she did clarify that she was retained for a civil matter in a different jurisdiction, not for any criminal proceeding relating to Melly Mel, suggesting a deliberate attempt to mislead the public. Why would Stabrook News do this? No, what some information that I was made aware of, Miss Washington is allegedly representing Melly Mel in a lawsuit against Rhonda Dixon. Right? So while she may be Melly Mel's lawyer, she's not Melly Mel's lawyer in relation to this federal case that is happening or that has her detained in Louisiana. No, we're all waiting on June 25th. At least I think, I think that's the date that I saw, June 25th, to actually find out what's the fullness of the matter. But again, based on information received, a large sum of money, US $150,000, was transferred to this alleged social media activist from a businessman in Guyana. And apparently that businessman may have some issues with OFAC, that OFAC may be having him saying OFAC right now. You understand? So I want persons to understand, don't be misled by some of these social media. I can't even say social media. Starbuck News is a mainstream media in Guyana here. Starbuck News is a daily print media. So I am surprised that this sort of information published in Starbuck News without any regard for the truth. And what does this say? Are we to believe things we see in Starbuck News? No, like, are we supposed to be worried? Right? So I was glad that this attorney cleared her name. And I keep telling y'all, don't support no GoFundMe. On numerous occasions, this young lady sat in the US and talked about she ain't got walk no way. She lie down in her bed whole day. She's gonna make video and everything that's come to she don't gotta do nothing. What money you gotta get now? That's why she ran the video to my page yesterday. You broke. You going on like a big girl in the people country. You abuse up the president. You abuse up this body. America's not like Guyana, and America's this and this and that, and you force amendment and blah 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 blah, and you're going on. Now the same America that you talk about hold you for transgressions you do while you're over there, and associations you have with sanctioned individuals who allegedly sending you money. Now you got to answer and face the music. Is the government fault? Is this body fault? Is this? No. Actions have consequences, man. Your actions have consequences, and you acted how you wanted to act. In some cases, acted a complete fool. Somebody inboxed me either yesterday or the day before and said, look how you attacking your black sister. It's like, first of all, I ain't got no sister named Melissa Atwell. I am not one of them people who's pick up road car in a family. Right? I don't pick up cousin and them think per road kind of just because I know you long, we's family and them. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. And I am not a bandwagonist, not because both of us are of African descent. I am jumping on the bandwagon with every foolishness that Melly Mel and them put out there. Nonsense. Right? I am a Guyanese of Afro descent. I have a brain and I will decide what I want to follow, what I want to support, what I want to denounce, and what I want to throw in the trash if it's nonsense. Melly Mel has been lying to Guyanese for years. You understand? Has been lying to Guyanese for years. Her war, to me, the recent worst transgression is when she telling the Guyanese people that the check only valid for 3 days. A blatant lie. No banking system works like that. None. And she felt it necessary to go and spread a lie. And she got a large following. And I am saying, I know sensible Guyanese in the United States knows that that was a lie. There may be some Guyanese here who don't deal with check and them kind of things, so they don't have that. They don't have that knowledge about the banking system, so they might hear that and start panic. And that is what I see at y'all on this program. A lot of the foolishness that comes out of these people, especially these overseas-based Guyanese social media influencers, is to drive fear in the population here. To drive fear. I saw a video with some Borbis lady saying that Guyanese in America should stop lobbying on behalf of Guyanese in Guyana. Ma'am, who asked y'all to do that? Who asked you? Madam, I don't know the lady's name, but it's some Borbis something, a heavy-set Afro-Guyanese lady. Who asked y'all? Who asked Melly Mel? Who asked Rickford Burke? Who asked Mark Benchcock? Who asked Poor People Governor? All of these diaspora Guyanese in the diaspora who taking on this challenge to lobby on behalf of Guyanese at home. Please show us the request. Please show us the letter requesting your assistance. Because if they had a meeting, I did not attend and I did not sign that letter. So I am saying some of you need to relax, focus on your life in the US or wherever you went to live. Focus there. All these Guyanese outside of the jurisdiction of Guyana that think that they got more interest in Guyana than the Guyanese who are actually here, please have a seat. Please have a seat. Have a seat. We do not need you to represent us. I understand that you guys have good intentions and you want to see the best for Guyana, but you have moved on to whatever greener pasture that you go. You do your thing there. You want to come back home, that is fine. But stop lobbying on our behalf. We don't want you to do that. Rickford, no. Melly Mel, no. Mark Benchcock, no. Poor People Governor, no. Do your thing over there, man. Do your thing over there. You know what jumped out at me when James Bond, is either the interview he had with Rickford Burke or he said this on a live, right? Some of the people who are talking about what is going on with Guyana with a lot of bass in their voice haven't been to this country in decades. Some of them who always know what's going on, they always got some information. They have not been to Guyana in decades. But yet they know, and they this and they that, and they're going on and on and on. Overseas-based Guyanese, we love you. You want to come home, you come on home, no problem. But while you are there, as a Guyanese who's living here, I am saying to you, we as Guyanese in Guyana don't need you to lobby on our behalf for anything. Right? If we want to go and protest in the streets, we're going to go and protest in the streets. If we got a problem with President Ali, we're going to raise it with President Ali. We don't need you to raise it for we online. Because you literally can't do nothing. Literally. Could y'all tell me one situation in Guyana that Mark Benchcop, Rickford Bork, Melly Mel, Poor People Governor, all these overseas Guyanese social media influencers were able to actually affect some change for somebody? I'll wait. I'll wait in. Tell me one incident where Guyanese who go to these people benefit in some way through wherever they got going on. All these people just do is put your business in the streets. You understand? All they're doing is putting your business in the streets. Anyway, let me move on. I'm done with you, Melly. You have a wonderful time in Louisiana. I hear it's very picturesque. They have a lot of sightseeing locations. You understand? And I did something I don't want to share with y'all, you know. Let me see. Let me see if I can release it. This is what I tell you, they got so much information around the place, and some people just refuse to look at it. Just refuse. Anyway, let me start this out. I'll run this video here for you guys in the meantime. Take a quick look.
APNU, AFC, and all of Guyana, and all the other covert operators who are one of the same, the APNU, AFC. This is your legacy. This is the ruins of your last 5 years in government. Not forgetting, you spent 33 years in government. This is your legacy. This is what you left the people in Wales. This is what you left the sugar workers. Don't be afraid of it. That is your legacy. The ruins of the APNU AFC and all the covert operators who now find solace in this. The relic of the past, the ruins of the APNU AFC. Take a good look at it.
We're glad to see you, brother.
Tell them.
Keep up the good work. I worked from 79 at Wales Estate. 38 years I work here. And today this is the result we get.
2016. What
Yeah,
it is.
2016 to now.
This is what drains and irrigation channels turn to. We had to come back to make him get back a livelihood.
Livelihood, brother.
He was sent home.
Yeah.
No money for his family. Nothing. I remember him. Suffered the indignity, the inhumanity of the APNU AFC and all their covert operators. This is their legacy. That is what a functional sugar estate turned to. He can tell you the pain. 1,700 workers directly. The pain, I was telling them, that canal, that drainage canal was once beautiful, with black water, clean, with like glass as you could describe it. Yes, this is their legacy. This is what they left. And in less than 4 years, let me show you what we bring to the people. In less than 4 years, the modernization, the transformation, the creation of a new industrial hub, 600 megawatts of new power that will reduce the cost of electricity by half, investment in distribution and transmission for the reliability of power. For 5 years, they invested nothing in distribution and transmission. We came back. This is our record. This is our story versus what you just saw. Visionless versus vision. Callousness versus respect and responsibility. Promises kept versus promises unkept. This is before your eyes, before your conscience. This is a tale of two stories. You be the judge.
And that's why I say to Guyanese, all you need to do is look around you. I can tell you firsthand because I actually went into Wales, Rosignol, these areas where these estates were closed, and spoke firsthand to laid off sugar workers. My skin growing, I wish y'all could see. Enough of them break down in tears because of what happened in those areas. Wales. So sometimes when I hear the foolishness coming from certain quarters as it relates to the opposition and the nonsense they're trying to push about what the government actually doing, transforming people's lives, it has really upset me. You understand? It has really upset me. Because guess what? Whilst that attack on the sugar industry was mainly to hurt Indo-Guyanese, when I went to Rosignol, y'all would be surprised how much Afro-Guyanese are involved in that sector. You hear me? How many Afro-Guyanese working in the field, working in the mechanic department, working in field supervisors, Afro-Guyanese who lose their work too. And that is what I want persons to remember. Remember, don't worry with no 400,000 minimum wage. They didn't give you nothing close to that when they been in government. Nothing close to that. I saw Odessa Primus post up this same video I just played for y'all and holler, but look how long y'all in government and y'all leave the place to deteriorate. Odessa Primus, you get in a car and you sit on several seats, because if you sit on one, it might break. But you sit on several seats because there was nothing to restore. If you don't know or play, you don't remember Odessa Primus. Under the last administration, all the main parts of that facility was scrapped down and sold as scrap metal. But she ain't gonna tell you that. Man. And that's why I say these people so disingenuous and dishonest. They come to you with all sorts of foolishness. All sorts of foolishness. You understand? Now, I want to show you something. And again, y'all tag Odessa. Because, again, I like to give reference to what I'm talking about, that I'm not bullshitting you like you'll get from other people. You understand? This was under the coalition. So that is why they couldn't resuscitate Wales. Because the coalition government was selling it out as scrap metal. Look, the news article here, March 3rd, 2018. And Odessa, don't be abusive, Courdel. And Odessa Primus gonna play, oh, y'all there for so long and y'all leave the place to deteriorate. There was nothing to deteriorate, not nothing there. It was hollow buildings, Odessa. You're slow or you're stupid? Which one? You gonna act like you didn't know that the former government sell out the place, was selling out the land, sell out all the Gaisuko houses around the facility and all kind of thing. You didn't know that? You sit down there with yourself talking a bunch of foolishness. The APNU sold it out. Look, Starbrook News, the dishonest Starbrook News, we could see it here too. Same day. The people you represented sold it out. So there was nothing to fix. You understand? There was nothing to fix. There was nothing to fix, Odessa. Now, I want to touch on this elections case thing. I am not pretending to be the smartest person in the world. Hold a second, people. Yeah, sorry about that. So, this elections case, look, uh, I am, again, I'm saying I'm not the smartest person in the world. I'm not a lawyer. But some stuff that I hearing, I really want to know, like, what is the relevance? What's the relevance? We are looking at elections fraud, right? What's the relevance of you asking for something? Y'all look at this news report from NCN.
The cross-examination, the first order of the day was for Rasul to submit her curriculum vitae, CV. This was based on a no objection by...
So this lady going up the step is Miss Russell, or Rasul. I hope I ain't pronouncing the name wrong, ma'am. This is Miss Rasul. And now Miss Rasul was one of the observers for AmCham, one of the private sector observers. AmCham is a group here, right? Now, if Miss Rasul get called to give her recollection of what happened at the 2020 election at Ashman's building, what in heaven's name this lady CV got to do with anything? Like, what nonsense is this? What nonsense is it? This is wasting time. What Miss Rasul CV got to do with what she see and what she experienced during that time? I can't understand it.
The prosecution of the request at the last hearing and the court's order to present such.
No, I understand the prosecution in reject and the court ordered her to do it, but what is the relevance? She has to be qualified in what to give her recollection of what she see. What foolishness is that?
For Rasul to submit her curriculum vitae, CV. This was based on a no objection by the prosecution of the request at the last hearing and the court's order to present such. During the defense's cross-examination, Rasul defended her decision to stay in her position because she didn't believe...
Mind you, I just want to say it to y'all, right? I just want to say to y'all, in my opinion, this foolishness that they asked Miss Rasul for, I feel like that is an attempt to frustrate her. Right? Because I would have been frustrated. I would have been frustrated to know or to understand. Were you asking me about my CV? Me not applying for no work at the court? Me not applying for no work at GCOM? What madness is this? I am not a staff for GCOM to say, well, let's see if she was qualified to actually be in this position. Miss Rasul was an observer, an accredited observer. What her CV got to do with anything? The time y'all take to ask and wait for she to bring back the CV and then peruse the CV, y'all could be listening to actual witnesses and moving forward with the case. This is utter madness. This is utter madness.
Believed the bomb threat was real. She firmly believed that attempts were made to have her leave her position. Rasul said, too, that other people, including party agents, also remained in the building. Rasul's objection to remaining at her station was because, according to her, several questionable incidents took place when she was there, and she had vowed not to leave the building. Attorney at law Darshan Ramdani, who is the lead prosecutor in the election fraud case, offered remarks following today's hearing.
I think she is unshakable she
And Miss Rasul, I salute you. I salute you for dealing with all of this nonsense. You understand? I salute you for after how many years you still finding time to go to court and get evidence, which you probably gave already. Jesus Christ. This lady had to go and bring back she CV to tell people about what she saw take place in Ashman's building. She had to be accredited to see and report. This is madness. And, you know, I said before, I had an interaction with the same magistrate, and based on no evidence, my case, based on no evidence, this magistrate ruled against me. No evidence based on testimony from the plaintiff only. You understand? They ain't had no police report ever. They ain't had no video. They ain't had no recording and nothing. Bro, but I don't want to seem like I'm fighting down the judicial system. I'm talking about my personal experience. Personal experience with this magistrate looking over here. But I hope everything goes well. I hope better sense prevails and we stop wasting time with insignificant things in relation to the elections rigging matter. Nothing to do with it. You've got people going for CV. By some... Let me stop. Anyway, I saw this video with I see this video with what's his name? Norman Brown. Norman Brown. Listen to Norman. This is the first time I hear Norman talk anything with sense. Listen to Norman.
The member of parliament. The member of parliament must stop believing that he can use intellectual language.
And again, I share these videos with y'all so that y'all could see from an inside perspective from these people who represent the PNC. Just yesterday, we looked at one of the youths of the PNC, Mr. Darren Wade. He might be the sharpest tool in the shed, but we saw his exclusion and his admission of dishonest activities and not doing the right thing by the PNC. Now we have Norman Brown calling out PNC, AP, and UAFC MP that represents Linden on his non-activity and doing nothing for Linden when he had an opportunity to do something or talk to somebody who had the ability to create change in Linden. But no. Not a damn thing. Here, Norman, listen to Norman. Let me go from the top.
I'm speaking about the member of parliament. The member of parliament must stop believing that he can use intellectual language to sanitize the wrongs that they would have done in the context of ensuring that people at Linden, the stronghold, got what they're supposed to get. They got.
I'm saying it here all the time. No, Norman saying it. They did nothing for Linden. Linden has consistently voted PNC over the years. Did nothing for Linden. They couldn't get a new stadium start. They couldn't reopen the call center. They couldn't build a bridge. They couldn't start resurfacing the Linden Suicide Highway. They couldn't start building the Linden Lethem Road. Not. They couldn't put back the labor office in Linden. They couldn't share out house lot to young professionals in Linden. Nothing. You understand what I'm trying to show you? The areas that support them most got the least.
Got nothing from the member of parliament. I watched the member of parliament and felt very sorry tonight for the member of parliament. The member of parliament looked very stressed tonight, very under pressure. Very, very under pressure. Let me say to the member of parliament, you have exercised an overwhelming amount of arrogance towards the people. Further, you have exercised an ineptitude that have never delivered to the community of Linden. Projects that were ignored under the leadership of Linden's MP while the ruling coalition was in office.
You see?
Understand this.
You see? There are people telling we, nobody from on the government side got to tell you how it's going on. Their own people telling you. You understand? Conan Marshall running mad and John Figuerin doing one thing for Linden.
Now you come in with fancy language to tell people. Fancy language. To tell people like, you know what? What is PPP is doing? What did you do?
That's important. We want to know, what did you do? Y'all remember when did they start building the synthetic track at Bay Rock? Sorry, the synthetic track at Bay Rock with the football facility in the middle. And the president went to visit. Jeremy come out the blocks. Mr. President, we want multiple of sporting programs, and we want gears, and we want. I said, hold on, champ, hold on. You target anybody project that you government couldn't do that just come out of office for Linden? I rest yourself. Rest yourself. Rest yourself. Now, again, I said earlier that I was asking these Guyanese in the diaspora who feel the need to give representation for Guyanese in Guyana to stop. Y'all stop. Y'all do your thing in peace. We want the help. This is the newest one that I found. Somebody sent this to me this morning. This is the newest one that I found. Now, let's give a listen to what he has to say to see if this one here making any sense. If he is bringing new issues to the table, if he addressing or clearing up any old issues that we may have had, or if this is just another Guyanese in the diaspora with a little too much free time on their hands. You understand? A little too much free time on their hands. Let me go.
I am saying that the PPPC government needs to be removed out of office, out of power, and we the people, you the people in
Hear about we the people in the winter jacket overseas, like he come in here to remove anybody out of power. And that's where you notice with these overseas activists, right? They come in here to go on the ground and go out in the sun and protest and this and that, you know. They sit down overseas in the fancy vehicle in the winter coat. We the people need to, and what you need to do over there, sir, is go to your job.
Guyana, you have the power to do it. They have already taken steps to rig the election.
Now, he know who takes steps already to rig election. He ain't see no regulation that happened any time before. 2020 was clean, smooth, stress-free, rig-free, and these kinds of things. Now, he don't know at this point what the PPP doing to rig the election. He know about Mingo, he know about Lowenfield, he know about Valdo, he know about the IT banner at GCOM, he know about the commissioner of police who left the GCOM chairman when she said, man, I frightened for my life, left she in depression, and said no kind of backup or nothing to help. He know about that. He in America and in here nothing about that. Listen to what he know about.
They refuse to do house-to-house registration.
Oh, they refuse to do house registration. They refuse to do house registration. And it's not that continuous registration happening all the time. Come on. Sir, Mr. Social Media activist, Mr. Guy who living overseas and worrying about what going on in Guyana and in coming back to Guyana to help fix nothing. So there's not continuous registration all the time. Okay.
They refuse to revisit and clean the electoral list.
Oh, so they refuse to revisit and clean the electoral list. The same list that has a mechanism to review and clean itself. So the process of claims and objections ain't valid anymore. Me as a resident of an area who knows somebody dead can go and make a claim that this person shouldn't be on the list because they would have passed away. The Guyana Registration Office don't send over a list of dead persons over a period of time for the list to be sanitized. Here, what else he looking for? Listen to this.
Of dead people and migrated people now.
Dead people and migrated. So I just spoke to y'all about how dead people coming off the list. This idiot is talking about migrated people. So this idiot here is even excluding himself as a overseas-based Guyanese who has a right to come back here and vote. So he should be off the list. That's what he's saying, because he migrate. This is not Guyana. We don't wear winter jacket and all them thing. We ain't got them kind of coldness here. So clearly this is an overseas Guyanese who now disenfranchising himself because he want persons who migrate but still have Guyanese heritage and they're still allowed to vote because they're Guyanese. He want them off the list. So he off the list, Rickford Borka off the list, Melly Mela off the list, Mark Benchcap off the list because all these people migrate. But all these David Hines off the list because he's come and go. All these people have a right to come back here and vote as Guyanese, you know. He has a right to come back and vote during the elections and help the people who he wants to win. But he is now saying to us that migrants, Guyanese who move out to the country and live overseas should come off the list. That's the ignorance. And that's why I tell you, sometimes you just got to listen to them and they just debunk themselves.
All these things. They permanently migrate people, they refuse to release the information about the census. So you
no, so he talking about the census. Mind you, the government of Guyana don't conduct census in this country. They got an agency for that. So that agency is the body in charge of releasing the census. And when they're done with it, they will release it. Now, you know anything anybody else refused to present, brother? You're talking about the census. The census is a document that includes numbers of the people who are in the country. You know anything else that any agency or body, I'm addressing just now, Corona, agency or body or political party refuse to present or address something like a SOP with numbers on it, like the census, to tell me how much people vote for them? You want to know how much people in the country for this election, but we want to know how much people vote for the coalition in the last election? We ain't interested in that. We ain't interested in that. So he jumped past SOP. Because people still haven't installed government and they're rigged since 2020. But with the SOPs there, you won't care about them no more. You won't care about them.
have a clear idea of the population of Guyana. The voting population of Guyana.
Mind you, again, the Guyana Elections Commission has continuous registration going on. So the voters list is a very true reflection of the voting population in this Guyana. You understand? Alan Khan, I agree. If anybody's CV we need to see is this banner. Brethren, please submit your CV the next time you're doing a video. Please submit your CV. I swear, some of these Guyanese in the diaspora, y'all are shame we, you know. Some of y'all just make we look real bad. Let me continue.
They have refused to engage in the biometrics.
Biometrics. Now again, let me say he talking sense. Wouldn't that exclude you because you out of the country? Wouldn't that disenfranchise people who are not available during that time that the biometrics is being done? What if they got glitch in the system and the biometrics in read right? So persons who had to vote and they think showing error, they can't vote? What are you talking about? What happened to the folio that every scrutineer and every staff in the polling station has? They got your picture ID, all your information. You understand? So again, he excludes himself. So under the current system, this Guyanese can come back, show his ID card or the Guyanese passport and vote. Under the new system, which most likely he will not be captured under, he is excluded from the voting. So these people didn't even got sense. So with this system, they will cut out all that diaspora support that they get. Because a lot of them ain't gonna come home to get captured in the biometrics when they're capturing the data. A lot of them will not come. So a lot of them will lose their opportunity to come back and just because on a bandwagon, vote against the current administration. That's the level of thinking they have. That's the level of ignorance these people just put out.
However, they're doing mass registration of Pakistanis, Afghanis, and Venezuelans.
Again, I told y'all earlier in the program, persons who are not living here, not living in Guyana, have information that Guyanese who Dehi ain't got. You understand? Now, let's be honest. There are an influx of Venezuelans. You see them all over the place. But Pakistani and Afghani, where are they, brother? Where are they? Where are they? And given how some of these ministries work, they have a lot of sleeper, I won't say agents, but supporters of the coalition within these agencies. A lot of them have switched sides because of the treatment that they've gotten under the PPPC administration. They love working with the ministers they have now. They feel more effective. They're getting more things done. But you trying to tell me that Pakistani, Afghani, and Venezuelans are being registered in mass numbers and nobody in take a photo or a video or something on the farms or a list of them that the ministry got or nothing? We just go on your word, sir? We are to go on your words only. Who are you? What kind of accreditation you got? Please bring your CV the next time you are coming with a video to give information. We want to see your CV. Because I don't understand where he getting this information from. Afghani and Pakistani registering Guyana numbers. We would have seen them. Sharad would have seen them. Sharad Dehe, at least he would have seen them and talk. You understand? Christopher Jones would have seen them. He want to go to the road in Belgium and make himself an idiot because he know nothing but engineering. This we would have focused on. The Shadow Foreign Affairs Minister Amanza, she would have seen them and talk about it. You're the only idiot that bringing this up, Pakistani and Afghani. What is that? Where are they? And I think he mentioned Chinese as well, but Chinese been in this country since the beginning of time. They've been wrong long. They're always there. You understand? So, sir, you need to go back to whichever hole you crawl out of. Because the information you given, look.
East Indian from India. And even Chinese.
Really? Listen, they have East Indians from India here. These people just run stores on Regent Street and them kind of thing. But not in the quantity that this guy is talking of. No.
PPC government has already engaged in mass registration of nationals to vote for them in the election. That's one strategy they're using to rig it. Mass registration, no biometrics, no cleaning of the voters' electoral list, no presentation of the census. You guys need to wake up.
You need to go to sleep. You need to go to sleep. I mean, somebody take this guy's phone, please. Take this guy's phone. What nonsense.
These are all strategies, all implements, all systems already in place for them to rig the election.
He didn't know, he didn't see any strategy, he didn't see any nothing. You understand? In 2020, now he talking. He didn't see the people at GCAM stuffing the envelope. He didn't see the bed sheet. He didn't see none of that. He didn't see none of that. But he's seeing biometrics and they including the voters list and no house-to-house registration. And where is the census? Oh, God.
Them to rig the election. And I don't understand, I don't know why.
We don't understand and we don't know why you're breathing or you made this video. All of us here right now don't understand why you made this video.
What the is Claudette Singh still doing at GCOM?
Y'all hear this? He come for Claudette Singh. Claudette Singh, who was duly appointed. Claudette Singh, who went through the right process. This wretch in talk, but This wretched talk, but Justice Patterson. The one who the court said, get away from here. You weren't appointed properly. Get away from. What do you mean what Claudette Singh doing there? What foolishness this man talking? So because Claudette Singh don't agree with the foolishness that the APNU, PNC commissioners coming with, this man ain't even got quart of a brain and asking about Claudette Singh.
Yeah? What Claudette Singh still doing at GCOM?
She's the chair, idiot. She's the chair. The duly, properly appointed chair, unlike just the former Justice Patterson, the former chairman of GCOM. Why is she going? And you know something? This idiot probably don't even realize. The job, the chairmanship of GCOM, is not a job that you get fired from. I might be using the wrong term of tenure, but that's the kind of situation it is. People who understand what tenure means. Until she ready to go, she will go. You can't make she go no way. That's her job until she dead or she resigns herself and say, I got. The president can't move she. Aubrey Norton can't move she. I can't move she. No Guyanese could move she. As a part of the Constitution, that's how it's set up. This idiot. Not a soul could move Claudette Singh until Claudette Singh is ready. And Claudette Singh has done nothing that would warrant her removal. All of her decisions, when you look at them, are logical and based in sense. And I dare say, based on her legal career, it is within the bounds of the law. What nonsense you talking, sir?
Some people don't know when to quit.
That is what we say, but you should have quit a couple sentences ago in this video. You should have quit back then. You just talking bare stupidness. You don't know when to quit. You don't know when to quit. Bare foolishness. Look, you were not Claudette Singh. Aubrey Norton don't know when to quit. He's disliked in and out of his party. He ain't giving up. Why Claudette Singh must give up? Valda Lawrence said no to quit. Valda Lawrence said she only giving work to PNC people and she still bunks around parliament like, she relevant. Them ain't know when to quit. You see Granger knew when to quit. He stopped. You should stop. Unlike Claudette Singh, Granger didn't have tenure. That's why there was no confidence motion against his government. So he didn't have the ability to stay until he feel like resigning like Claudette Singh. The people chose to get rid of him and they got rid of him. What's wrong with some of these people?
Some people don't know when to quit. You trying to tell me you so corrupt? I wrote an...
What is she corrupt with? This idiot. Who is this guy? Somebody please help me with this guy's name. What she corrupt with? What can it sing do that you could say is corruption? This lady should start suing y'all, you know. Y'all is past this form of justice, high court justice. Claret Singh.
Article. A very
stupid article.
Contrary article.
Contrary. I think he mean controversial. This is the type of idiots. These banners is a very contrary article. I didn't even look so far down in this video, you know. I watched the first couple of seconds and I was like, this banner's an idiot. This gotta be one of Melly Mel children. The level of stupidity we hear it here, this gotta be Melly Mel's son. The older one. Gotta be one of them. Listen to the bye-bye.
Very contrary article.
Contrary article. He wrote a very contrary article. Is how these people just use wrong English and look confidently into the camera. Marisha, I agree. There's gotta be a scrape head. He fully scraped. Plus with a little delulu on the side. Fully scrape up. Yeah.
Back in 2020, I will have to read that article and represent it.
Oh, so you didn't write the article recently. You write the article back in 2020. So you got to go and reread your article to represent it. He sound like Darren Wade family. He look like Darren Wade. This got to be Darren Wade relative.
The article is called Mingo is Guilty and So Are We. Listen. The article is called Mingo is Guilty and So Are We.
Okay.
I will make a video about that so you can understand what I mean.
Okay.
When I say Mingo is guilty and so are we.
Okay. Guys, that's all the foolishness I have for you today. I want y'all to go forth as Guyanese, no matter where you are, and be the best that you can be. Remember, you're representing us here at the end of the day, right? I guess there'll be new persons trying to fill Melly Mel's slot in relation to the comedy show, the hourly comedy show that they do. Look, y'all try with them. I don't watch and pay attention to them foolishness. It has upset me. Anyway, I am out of here. Y'all be good Guyanese. As I usually say before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one Guyana.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no trees.